So we've got 9 days for this remaining DHS Act. We welcome back to the show Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, welcome. I'm just a little worried that the discussions might go wobbly on immigration. I think that would be very unwise. And I think, Senator Schumer, with all due respect, he's an open border guy, and he wants to interfere with ICE, what ICE can and cannot do, what ICE can wear and cannot wear. And I think that's going down the wrong road. And what can you tell us?
You know what is so interesting to me? The continuing resolution that the Democrats wanted actually puts more money into ICE than the appropriations bill that they stalled. And by the way, that was a bipartisan appropriations bill. And it also had the body cameras for the ICE officers included in that bill. Now, one of the things we do know is that 35% of DHS's funding is on FEMA. And right now, you've got states like mine that are coming through a historic ice storm, winter storm Fern, and people are still without electricity. And so the timing on that is really, really bad. The other thing I think is important, you can look at all this polling, and whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever, people want criminal, illegal aliens deported. And it is a vast majority. The polls I've seen, Larry, 64%, 78%. People want criminal, illegal aliens out of the country. They want them out of their states, their cities, their communities. If they have committed a crime, they want them to be deported.
So do you think, will the Schumer Democrats, try to put restrictions on ICE's ability to doing that? I mean, for example, ma'am, you've got Tom Homan, a cool hand in Minneapolis, and he's basically making a deal with the local police that, with respect to illegal aliens who are criminals, hand them over inside the jail or the prison. Don't send them out on the street, so ICE has to have major sweeps. Hand them over right there inside the jail. To me, that is so totally sensible. And I wouldn't want to restrict ICE. And in fact, the problem is sanctuary cities. I mean, to get rid of sanctuary cities, we wouldn't have half these problems. We wouldn't have 3/4 of these problems.
Well, you're exactly right about that. And you can look at a city like Minneapolis where they've had all these problems, and Tom Homan is doing a great job. And then look at what we've had in Memphis. Over the past 100 days, President Trump, AG Bondi, Kash Patel, they have had about 20 federal agencies there. They've done 6,500 apprehensions of violent criminals, and they have gotten 1,500 illegal weapons off the street. They have found 148 missing children. And Larry, they've done it with the cooperation of the police chief, the mayor, the city elected officials have stood up. They have supported this, and they have cut the crime rate in Memphis by over half in the last 120 days. It is the lowest it has been since 2000. Think about that and how important and significant that is. And it's because they had that cooperation of your local, state, and federal agencies all working together. That is what people want to see more of. That is not a partisan issue.
Well, yeah, I'm reading in the papers and online, you've got police chiefs and other officials saying they would be more than happy to turn over these criminals that they've locked up, but that their politicians won't let them do it because of sanctuary cities or whatever. I mean, the cops themselves want to work with ICE and Tom Homan. And the political people, I mean, Minneapolis is one example. Chicago is another. There are lots of examples, as you know. I mean, I don't know whether you can do it, but in this funding, I mean, sanctuary cities should go out the window. President Trump has said he wanted to defund sanctuary cities. That, to me, is one of the worst part of this story.
Yes, and you've got Senator Graham, who's going to probably propose an amendment that would eliminate sanctuary city funding or find a way to work around that. You've got my legislation that would make it a federal crime to dox federal law enforcement officers. You've also got my Fraud Accountability Act that would make it a deportation or denaturalization event if you defraud the U.S. government, the state government, the local government, or American citizens.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Well, I hope it turns out okay. Senator Blackburn,